Hello from Yankee Stadium in New York for Game 7 of the 1961 Historical Replay World Series between the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Yankees. This will be a replay of a game that I actually played yesterday and am recreating for your viewing pleasure. So, let's start off with the lineups today for the Cincinnati Reds. Elio Chacon will lead off and play second. Vada Pinson will be in center. Frank Robinson will be in right. Wally Post in left. Gordy Coleman at first. Gene Freese at third. Eddie Casco at shortstop. Darrell Johnson catching. Jim O'Toole will be on the mound for the Reds. For the New York Yankees, Bobby Richardson will lead off and play second. Tony Kubek at short. Mickey Mantle in center. Elston Howard will catch. Yogi Berra will be in left field. Roger Maris will be in right. Bill Skowron at first. Clete Boyer at third. Whitey Ford will be on the mound. So, let's begin. As this series is tied 3-3, the Game 7 deciding match today. Here's Elio Chacon. Base hit to right field. Maris is going to play it on one hop and throw the ball back in, and the Reds have the leadoff man on here in the first. Vada Pinson up, playing center field today. Here's the wind by Whitey Ford and the pitch. Squares to bunt, misses it. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Vada Pinson. Swing and a miss. And the throw down to second by Elston Howard gets Chacon trying to steal second. So the Yankees get 2 outs. Just like that, here's Frank Robinson with the bases empty. Fly ball in the gap. Past Maris. Maris is going to field it, throw it back in, but Robinson is going to stand up with a double. So a 2-out double for Frank Robinson with a chance to get a run on the board now with 2 outs. Here's Wally Post settling in against Whitey Ford. Pop up. Richardson fields it, and that retires the side. The Reds leave a man on, and the Yankees will bat in the bottom of the first. Bobby Richardson up. He's playing second base for us today. Here's the wind by O'Toole and the pitch. Ground ball to Freese. Over to Coleman. 1 out. Tony Kubek, left-handed hitter, lines out to Coleman, 2 away. Mantle up now, playing center field today. Sharply hit to Casco. Casco picks, throws, and fires. And that's going to do it for the Yankees. 1-2-3 in the first. So Coleman, Freese, and Casco will now bat for the Reds. Here's Gordy Coleman, first baseman. Line in the pitch. Strike out. First strikeout of the day for, second strikeout of the day for Whitey Ford. Here's Gene Freese. Here's the wind of the pitch. Ground ball, Kubek. Kubek up with it. Over to first. 2 outs. Here's Casco, playing short today for the Reds. Another ball right back to Kubek. Kubek over to Skowron. That retires the side. Reds 3 up and 3 down. Go to the second. Elston Howard catching. Here's the wind and the pitch. Pop up. Casco comes in towards the mound. Makes the catch, 1 out. Yogi Berra up. Wind in the pitch. Fly ball. Pinson. 2 outs. Here's Roger Maris. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Pinson has it, and the Yankees go down. Nothing after 2. Here's Darrell Johnson up, catching today for Cincinnati. Sharply hit to Kubek, fields it, throws on to first, 1 out. Jim O'Toole up. Line in the pitch. Liner over the head of Clete Boyer. Berra fields it, but O'Toole is going to stand up with a double. So a one-out double by the pitcher, Jim O'Toole, with a chance for the Reds to go ahead. Here's Elio Chacon. Wine in the pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Maris under it. Makes the play. 2 outs. O'Toole holds at second. Here's Pinson. Base hit. Center field. Mantle will field it, but O'Toole is going to score on the RBI single by Vada Pinson, and the Reds are going up from 1-0. Here's Frank Robinson. Robinson pitch. Walked him. Ford with 2 men on behind him trying to get one more out. Here's Wally Post. Pop up. This time, Scourin fields. And that retires the side. The Reds put a 1 run up on the board, leave 2. 1-0 Cincinnati. Here's Bill Scourin up. Playing first base, of course, today for the Yankees. Swing and a miss. O'Toole with a strikeout. Here's Clete Boyer. Fly ball. Deep. Deep. Left field. Post can't get it. Clete Boyer with a solo shot. And that makes this game a 1-1 tie. Clete Boyer with a big home run to get the Yankees back in. And here's Whitey Ford. Ford swings and misses. Strike 3. Here's Richardson, top of the order. Base hit to right field in between Chacon and Coleman. Robinson gets it back in. So the Yankees have a man on with Tony Kubek up. And that is going to get past Darrell Johnson. But Richardson stays on. And Kubek is up with 1 ball. Pitch. Ripped to right. Robinson plays it on 1 hop. Gets the ball back in. Richardson moves to third. Safe on the throw from right field from Frank Robinson. So now the Yankees are threatening here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. They've got 1 run. And here's Mantle with a chance. And he's going to ground out to Chacon, who throws to first. And that's the inning. So the Yankees strand 2 runners, one of them on third. And we go to the 4th, 1-1. Here's Coleman. Gordy Coleman. Swing and a miss. Whitey Ford with a strikeout. Here's Gene Freeze. Wine in the pitch. Another strikeout by Whitey Ford. Here's Casco. Casco playing short today. Wine in the pitch. Ripped to right. Down the right field line. Maris after it. Off the wall. He's going to throw it back in, but Casco is going to slide into second with a double. So Eddie Casco with a double, giving the Reds another chance with a runner in scoring position. With 2 outs, here's Darrell Johnson. And that ball is going to be ripped to right over the head of Maris. That's going to bring the run in. Johnson coasting to second base, sliding on the throw in. And Darrell Johnson has a base hit. Reds now lead it 2-1. Here's O'Toole with a man on. Popped him up. Scourin with the pop-up. But the Reds jump out in front 2-1. Here's Allie Howard. Strikeout for Jim O'Toole. Here's Yogi Berra playing left field. Wine in the pitch. Ripped to left, but right at post. 2 outs. Hit it hard. Here's Maris. Maris is going to draw a walk, and here's Scourin. Scourin with a pop-up. Fielded by Gordy Coleman. And the Yankees go down in the bottom of the 4th, still down 2-1. Here's Elio Chacon. Line in the pitch. Ground ball. Boyer over Scourin. 1 out. Vada Pinson up. Run scoring single earlier. Ripped, but Scourin snabs it. Throws on first, and Pinson beats it out as Ford tried to get over and cover, but he beat the throw. And so that's going to be an infield hit for Vada Pinson, 2-for-2. Here's Frank Robinson up. Ripped to right. Maris on his horse. He hesitates when throwing the ball in. as Robinson is going to get to second with a double. Veda Pinson on that play, a little confusing on that play, but Veda Pinson did score, so that makes it a 3-1 game for the Reds. Unfortunately, my views didn't show me what had happened. Whitey post up, and the chance to get another run in with one out. Ground ball with the infield in. Richardson over. 2 men out. Here's Gordy Coleman. Ripped to center. Mantle under it. Makes the play. 3-1 Cincinnati after 5. Cleat Boyer up. Wine in the pitch. Deep. Boyer with another long hit to center field. Gets over Pinson's head. And Boyer is going to now slide into second with a double. He has a double and a homer today. So here's Hector Lopez, who is going to pinch hit for Whitey Ford. Ground ball. Casco looks the runner back. Over to Coleman. 2 men out. Top of the order, Richardson. Ground ball up the middle base hit. That run will score as Cleat Boyer scores from second on the RBI single by Bobby Richardson, and the Yankees are down 3-2. Here's Kubek. Wine in the pitch. Tony Kubek flies out to right. 2 outs, holding the runner on. Here's Mantle. Walks him. O'Toole now pitching to Ellie Howard, and he swings and misses strike 3. So the Yankees get a run, pull within 1. It's 3-2. Gene frees up. Wind and the pitch. He walked him. By the way, that is, we've had a double switch. No, I beg your pardon. We did not have a double switch. Hal Reniff is now on the mound for the New York Yankees. Casco with a number out in front of the plate. Berra's going to throw down to second. Fielder's choice. He gets the leading runner. Casco's going to be safe at first. So now here's Darryl Johnson up with 1 out. Wine in the pitch. Ripped to right. Barris is going to play it on 2 hops and get the ball back in. Darryl Johnson with another hit on the day. So Jerry Lynch is now going to come up and bat for Jim O'Toole. 1 out. And he looks at the call, 3rd strike. Rennick with a strikeout. 2 outs. Top of the order up, Elio Chacon. And he misses it. The third, he swings at the ball, but the ball gets past Berra on a pass ball. And Chacon is safe at first. So this is a big play because here's Veda Pinson up. That's going to get past Yogi Berra also. That's a wild pitch. Reds score another run. That makes it a 4-2 game. Pinson's still up there. Runners at second and third. And he walks him. Here's Frank Robinson with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Ground ball sharply hit to Kubek. He gets the leading runner at second, and that's going to retire beside. But the Reds pick up yet another one on a wild pitch, and it's now a 4-2 game. We move on to the bottom of the 6th. Yogi Berra up. Sherman Jones is now pitching for the Reds. Wine in the pitch. Ground ball to Casco. Over. Makes it. 1 out. Roger Maris up. Not playing very well. He gets a base hit to right. That's going to dink in right field. And he's going to make it to second base. Standing up as Robinson gets the ball back in. Here's Moose Gowan. Yankees needing hits. Post drifts under in left field on a fly ball, and that makes it 2 outs. Here's Cleat Boyer, double and a homer today. And that ball is hit sharply to Freese. But Freese is standing behind the bag at third and makes the catch. And we go to the 7th. 4-2. Wally Post up to face Hal Rennick. Wine in the pitch. Fly ball to right. Barris there. 1 out. Here's Coleman. 0 for 3. Coleman pops up. 2 away. Gene Friesa. He's 0 for 2 but has a walk. Winding the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Rena strikes him out. Rip 3 down for the Reds. Bottom of the 7th. Yankees to 2 down. Hector Lopez came into the game and stayed in left field. And he's batting in the 9th position. He grounds back softly over to Coleman. Coleman takes it to the bag himself. 1 and out. Here's Bobby Richardson. Richardson pops him up. Elio Chacon with the play. 2 men out. Tony Kubek at short. Base hit up the middle. Solidly hit right over the second base bag. Pinson lets it get through his legs, and Kubek is going to reach second on the error by Veda Pinson. So now, with 2 outs, and here's Mantle batting from the left side now. And that's ripped. But Pinson is right there making a few steps in, and that retires the side. Top of the 8th, Cincinnati up. Eddie Casco to lead off. Followed by Darryl Johnson and the pitcher. Fly ball. Mantle, center field, drifts a few steps to his right, catches it, 1 out. Darryl Johnson up. Stabbing grab by Tony Kubek as Johnson tries to dunk one into left field. Don Blasingame is going to come in now to pinch hit for Sherman Jones. Blasingame, a left-handed hitter. Fly ball to Yogi Berra. He's waiting for it, makes the catch. So Bill Henry is now on the mound for the Reds, and Billy Gardner is going to bat for Hal Renner here at the bottom of the 8th. Gardner up. 0 for 3 in the series. Fly ball right. Frank Robinson, 1 out. Yogi Berra. Rip to third. Freeze up with it. All the way over to first. 2 outs. Roger Maris up. He's 1 for 2. And that's a fly ball. That's deep. That's deep. The ballpark is not going to hold that one. Roger Maris with an opposite field home run to make it a 4-3 game. This game is going to go down to the wire, it looks like. So here's Skowron. Right up the middle, base hit. So the Yankees put another man on. Henry in trouble. Here's Clete Boyers, had a big day today. Fly ball. Pinson's going to reach over to his left and get to that and catch that one, though. But the Yankees pull within 1, 4-3. Here's Elio Chacon, now facing Luis Arroyo. Chacon. One for 4 in this game. Wine in the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Veda Pinson. Pitch, base hit, solidly hit up the middle. Mantle plays it on 1 hop. And here's Frank Robinson. Arroyo. Ripped to center field again. Mantle up with it, 2 outs. Here's Wally Post. Wine in the pitch, that ball's gone. Wally Post connects with a home run into the left field stands, and that's going to make it a 6-3 game. 2-run homer for Post off of Luis Arroyo. Here's Goldie Coleman. That ball's hit into center. The Mantle's going to get to it. So 2 big runs for the Reds in the top of the 9th, and Bill Henry just needs 3 outs to get out of this. Hector Lopez up. 6-3 Reds, bottom of the 9th. Lopez drives one to left, but Post is under it. 1 out. Here's Richardson. He 2 for 4. He's had a good game. That's going to be hit, but Post is under it again. 2 outs. Here's Kubek, last chance for the Yankees to keep it alive. Here's Kubek. Ground ball to short. Casco up with it and over. And that's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Cincinnati Reds are the replay champions from 1961 as they beat the New York Yankees 6-3. For Cincinnati, 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. New York, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. So that'll do it for today. I apologize for having to reproduce the game from a replay. Hopefully I will be able to have more comprehensive information on there next time. Due to a technical difficulty, I wasn't able to bring you the game when it was played. So, in any event, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to be back soon with another historical World Series replay on this channel. For now, goodbye.